We're going to look at some of the papers that feature the news in your area now. Chris Morris is with us. He's from the Macclesfield Express. Welcome to Channel M today. Let's start with the Hayward Advertiser. Now, this is, for some people, one of those nightmare dreams that you have, isn't it? Being left in the swimming pool with just your trunks and everybody nicked your kit. But there's a more serious angle to this, isn't there, Chris?
There is. I mean, unfortunately, a swimmer at a pool in Hayward, Gaskell Pool, was left standing in his trunks. Well, it's because a thief had broken into his locker, stolen all his worldly possessions and taken his car. So he was left, you know.
So there is a sort of an amusing side to it in that he had to go home in his trunks, but actually he couldn't get home because they nicked his car and his wallet and stuff, his paperwork in his car, and this gets...
Well, that's it. The serious side is there was paperwork in his car that had his address in. So then this...
They've got to change the locks and so on and so forth. Are you responsible, or is the pool responsible for the contents of the locker? How does that work?
The pool have said that, you know, they have signs saying it's at the owner's risk, you know, which is fair enough. That's quite a common thing in places like that.
Well, where the heck would you leave your clothes and keys and wallet when swimming if not in a locker?
But it's at your risk, I suppose.
Take it all in with you.
The lesson, if there is one, is don't take anything really valuable with you.
No, exactly.
But, you know, but we all carry a phone and a wallet and our keys, don't we?
Well, yeah.
I feel for that chap. I really do.
As well.
So,
left in his trunks.
Funny story, but with a serious side. This next one's quite serious. Did a pensioner really have to lie in the rain for 2 hours in Macclesfield? This would be your paper, wouldn't it?
Yes, this was a story last week. Unfortunately, a pensioner tripped over, and it was raining quite heavily last week. Yeah. And the emergency services had said, leave her as she is in case she sustains serious injuries. Now, it took 2 hours for an ambulance to come, so she had to lie there with a broken humerus in 4 places, and I think she was bleeding as well. If it wasn't for some good Samaritans, shielding her from the rain, she should have just been lying there.
2 hours, it seems like an unacceptable... Well, it doesn't seem. It is an unacceptably long time to have to wait. What have the ambulance service said?
They've said that twice ambulances were diverted to her, but unfortunately they then had to be re-diverted for life-threatening situations. So... Yeah,
I wonder if she was in a situation, if she could have called back and said, I've been here 2 hours. And, they're in a no-win situation, aren't they, the ambulance people? If they tell you to move and something happens, if they don't tell you to move and they can't get to you. But it's a sad story, isn't it? That
2 hours.
That's where we get to.
I'm sorry, under any circumstances. Yeah. 2 hours is not good enough.
No, it's not acceptable.
It's not good enough.
Shall we move on to a portrait of Rio Ferdinand? What's this all about?
Yes, well, this is, a lady from Bramhall, and she's obviously quite handy with a brush, and she's been painting pictures of famous people, and she gets them to sign them, which then auctioned off. But she's obviously taking technology to her heart, because she contacts them over social networking sites, and then they agree to sign it.
So she emails Rio.
Facebooks or Twitters or something, whatever she does. Yeah.
And I presume that she's raising money for good causes, because they're not just going to sign them willy-nilly, are they?
Oh, no, it's for charity. She auctions them off, yeah.
Who else has she done? For want of a better phrase.
Well, she's done Take That, Beverly Knight, and Russell Watson, so some of her, famous talent, really.
That's terrific. Well, my Twitter is Andy Crane 64, if you're bothered.
You'd make a lovely portrait,
yeah,
you really would.
I haven't got a six-pack like Rio's. No, 64 was the year I was born, thank you, not how old I am. Hence Andy Crane 64, to distinguish me from many other Andy Cranes on Twitter.
Just very quickly, I wanted to touch on the one from the Thames side, and it's a devastating mother of a soldier killed in Iraq, and she's organising a walk, isn't she?
Yeah, it's quite a poignant walk, because her son, Jamie Hannock, was shot in Basra in 2006, obviously in Iraq. So she's organising this walk from Longdale Trail to Woodhead, and she's appealing for people to join or sponsor her, which is obviously in the newspaper, in honour of her son and for the Army Benevolent Fund. So, in his memory, she's working towards a good goal in his memory, really, by helping other troops that are still...
I know the Longdale Trail. I go on there with my bike. It's dead flat if you fancy the walk. It's really easy. Well, it used to be the old railway that run from Glossop over to Sheffield, so it's really flat. Sunday the 4th of October, 9:45. They're going to start at Hadfield Railway Station. If you know the area, you'll know the walk. So go along and support them. We've run out of time. Chris, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks very much.
Nice to have seen you.
Thanks.